Coming up on MCTV this week. Illinois came one step closer to marriage equality. And last Friday, a rocking tribute to a lost Scot. This week starts now. Welcome to MCTV This Week. For Camera and Line, I'm Bronwyn File. Illinois may soon join Iowa with passing legislation that has a lot of people talking. Tori Philbin is in the newsroom to show us what the talk is all about.
The topic of conversation is gay marriage. When Iowa passed the Marriage Equality Act in 2009, many wondered how far behind would an Illinois law be, or perhaps a federal law. When U.S. Senator Dick Durbin visited campus last year, he felt that this topic would stay as a state issue and eventually would resolve itself.
Clearly, this country is moving towards marriage equality. And the interesting element is when you do the polling, the breakout in age. Younger people cannot even imagine why we're debating this. From their point of view, overwhelmingly, they believe this is simply a matter of individual decision, individual freedom, individual choice. And they can't imagine that government would try to stop two committed individuals from developing a relationship that is the same as marriage.
Last week, the Illinois Senate passed a bill regarding the legalization of same-sex marriage, and it is now going through the House of Representatives. Senate Bill 10 was passed by a vote of 34-21, with only one Republican voting for the bill. In the Springfield area, only one senator supported the bill. Democrat Senator Andy Maynard believed that it goes far enough to defend religious independence. Those who voted against the bill, including local Democratic Senator John Sullivan, said that marriage should be traditional between a man and a woman and would also weaken religious freedom.
It's not respecting the dignity of that person, so obviously that's wrong. And then it sets this issue of marriage as an institution, sets it apart from that. It says, well, these two people are viewed as equal to any other person, but the institution of marriage is what's special and what needs to be protected. And so that's why, just like a man can't walk in a woman's restroom, or a woman can't walk into a man's restroom, or 15-year-old can't have a driver's license. It's there's certain protecting certain things.
It's going to become a very interesting thing when it comes to, as more and more states pass laws legalizing marriage, will the church then require that ministers marry? And I think it's also a sign of how God can take what may not be entirely good and can make good come out of it.
We talked to some students here at MC to see what they thought.
I just feel like people should be able to do what they want to do.
I live on the Iowa-Illinois border, and it's not fair to go over to Davenport and it be legal for you to be married, and then drive over to Moline and it not be legal.
Pastor Killinger believes that the church should not be in the marriage business at all.
Marriage is that's a legal contract, and I think the state should do that, and the church should, if it wants to, and if people want to do so, should restrict itself to celebrating and worshiping God, and maybe giving thanks for the language of one of our marriage rights is for the joy that this couple has found in each other.
The bill now moves to the House, and if it becomes law, Illinois will become the 10th state to legalize same-sex marriage and the 4th state to approve it in the past few months. Bronwyn?
Thank you, Tori. Governor Pat Quinn has stated that he will sign the bill into law if it appears on his desk.
After the death of an MC student over the summer, a scholarship fund was created to honor his memory. Last Friday, the band Sailing Cashews decided to have a benefit concert in honor of Tommy Hare. Hare died in an automobile accident in June, just before starting his senior year here at Monmouth. Sailing Cashews consist of two of Hare's friends from high school, an MC football teammate and friend, Jake Willis.
Tommy is one of my good friends. I met him coming in freshman year. He lived right above me in Winbig Hall. And once Tommy passed away, these guys that were his best friends got a hold of me, and they said they wanted to start a band in memory of Tommy. So I got with these guys, and we started, jamming out. We finally got a little good, and we started playing live. So I decided once we got good enough to play somewhere live, we were definitely going to do a benefit concert here at school.
According to Willis, nearly 300 people attended the concert, and nearly $1,000 was raised. For more information on the scholarship fund, you can go to the college's admissions site and look under the financial aid link.
The community gathered Thursday to discuss current issues going on in Burma. As a part of the Great Decisions series, Professor James Godey talked about the changes and issues that are occurring in Burma and how those changes affect the U.S.
Another round of elections have been called.
So I visited there in 2007, and since then there's been a lot of changes that have taken place. They've had a military government in place for about 50 years, since 1962, and only very recently have they made some reforms. They've released the person that won elections in 1990 from house arrest, and they are starting to let more democracy into the country, it seems.
The next Great Decisions lecture is tonight at 7:30 in the Highlander Room in Stockdale with Professor Bill Urban discussing intervention, the responsibility to protect.
The Monmouth College Student Union Board and Wellness Center put the spotlight on one very special cafeteria worker last Tuesday, Penny the Omelet Lady McVeigh. McVeigh gave hands-on training to students so they can see firsthand how to prepare her famous omelets and other dishes. This gave students the opportunity to learn how to be more independent in the kitchen while also receiving healthy eating tips. Recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, McVeigh informed students about ways to shop and prepare food for a long and healthy lifestyle, simply because she cares for the students of MC as if they were her own.
And when you cook, I'm aware of more things of what I do eat, and I also look how food is prepared. And I want to prepare healthy food for you so that you don't be in the same position I am.
The Student Union Board's next event will be in March when they will teach students how to bake. A local family, the Robinsons, lost their home in a devastating fire on Tuesday morning. No one was hurt, but the home was a total loss. Cindy Robinson is a member of the Alumni Relations team here at Monmouth College. The Alumni Office has organized a fund to assist the family. Financial donations will be accepted at several locations on the Monmouth College campus. North Campus, located on the corner of 6th and Broadway in the Development and College Relations Department, and the Chaplain's Office in the Weeks House, located on the corner of 9th and Broadway. Please make checks payable to the Robinson family. Donations can also be sent by mail to Monmouth College, Lucy Thompson, 700 East Broadway, Monmouth, Illinois, 61462, or an intercampus mail to Development, Lucy Thompson.
Taking a look at some events on campus this week. Tonight at 7 p.m. in the Morgan Room is the annual Sam Thompson Lecture. They'll be talking about themes of redemption in the films of Clint Eastwood. Thursday night, go to the Underground for an open mic night hosted by our friends at ASAP, starting at 9 p.m. And Saturday, let the Chorale warm you up with their winter concert. Music starts at 7:30 in the Dahl Chapel.
Up next in sports, a stirring second-half comeback brings the Scots faithful to their feet on Senior Day. We've got all the highlights next. Last Saturday, Monmouth women's hoops looked to usher out their seniors with a victory, their 19th of the season, against Lake Forest. Colleen Forrest got things started, knocking down this triple, put Monmouth on the board first. The Scots' impressive defense held Lake Forest to only 28 points in the first half. After taking command early, the Scots never looked back. Their hot shooting from the perimeter continued with more threes from Colleen Forrest and Kaylee Corbin. Ladies hit 2/3 of their shots on the afternoon and put this one away early. The Scots lock up second place in the conference with a 97-62 victory.
They played above and beyond our expectations today. We shot 66% for the game. I don't know if that's a school record, but they came out and they went above and beyond tonight.
Friday night, the women traveled to Mount Vernon, Iowa. That's Cornell College, and they'll take on the 3-seed St. Norbert Green Knights in the MWC Conference Tournament. If they can knock off St. Norbert, they'll take on the winner of Carroll and Cornell on Saturday afternoon. After the women got the victory, it was time for the men to take the court on Senior Day. Early on, it was all Lake Forest. Here, Jordan Gibson intercepts a Mike DeDecker pass and scores the easy layup. Foresters by 14. They would lead by 15 at the break. Down 18 with 18 minutes to go, the home team began to rally. But after back-to-back buckets, Mike DeDecker and Lake Forest Blady Dervishi exchanged pleasantries. Double technicals ensued. The T seemed to light a fire under the Scots. Down 10 with 11 minutes left. DeDecker keeps the Scots rolling, scoring off the bounce. Then in transition, it's DeDecker again, knocking down the triple. Scots within 8, 56-48. Moments later, it was DeDecker one more time, burying the triple. And the Scots suddenly within 5. On a pair of DeDecker free throws, Monmouth took their first lead of the game at 57-56 with 5 minutes to go. On the Scots' next possession, John Calhoun, not known as an outside shooter, will spot up and hit the three from the left corner, capping a 31-9 Monmouth blitz. Moments later, DeDecker finds Ben Friday down low for the easy bucket. Monmouth escapes with a victory on Senior Day, 64-61.
Well, we just stepped it up on defense more, became more aggressive on the ball defense and rebounding the ball. We executed our plays for the most part, and we just acted like we wanted to play in the second half. Coach got on us a little bit at halftime, said he couldn't tell that this is our last game of the season, playing together as a group.
I give it credit to our guys. We got good guys on our team, guys that work hard, show up every day, put forth the effort they need to, and you know, they were able to come out and turn it around and have a great half, and you know, and end the season with some good memories.
On Senior Day, DeDecker scored 22 points along with 9 assists, and fellow senior Wes Dukeman scored in double figures for the 22nd consecutive game. He had 16 points and 10 rebounds in that winning effort. In year 2, Todd Scripps' team recorded a record of 7-16. That's been a look at sports. Here are your scores for this week.
This Wednesday, Umoja had a blast from the past as they celebrated Black History Month with a fashion show. Students filled the seats in Scotland Yard as they waited to see their fellow classmates strut down the runway. Models wore attire from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the present in order to give people a different view of African and African American culture.
We just want to experience the different cultures throughout the decades, and African culture too. We can't forget where we come from. So that was basically part of the reason why we decided to do a fashion show.
Umoja's next event will be held on Friday night at 8 in the Scotland Yard. All are invited to participate in Karaoke Night.
That's MCTV This Week. I'm Kyle McEwen.
I'm Bronwyn File. Be sure to tune in next week for a new edition of MCTV.
And I'm Cameron Line. If you don't know by now, you can find us on the web 24 hours a day at monmouthcollege.edu/MCTV. MCTV. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.